My name is Kevin Krull, and I am the illustrator of The Toy and the Twister. I have been drawing for pretty much my whole life. Well, I suppose everybody starts when they're very young. I just never really stopped, and I knew from about the time I was 10 or 11 that art was what I wanted to do as a career. I based the characters in The Toy and the Twister off of things that were familiar to me. So when I got sort of character descriptions from Gillian, things like Sophie, Jack's sister, was described as somewhat hot-headed, maybe a little bossy, but very smart and very with it. And I immediately thought of my older sister. And so I actually modeled Sophie after my older sister, about the same age, with the long red pigtails and the glasses and the whole thing. Other than that, it's sort of things that are familiar. I based Bear's design off of a stuffed bunny I had seen actually in a store. And I went and I found it and sort of based certain aspects of his character design on that. I actually did a lot of Googling of random storm imagery and sort of seeing how in really serious storms like that, everybody comments how the sky gets green when it's tornado weather. It led me to exaggerate those colors on purpose. My favorite part to draw in the book was probably when the weather was starting to turn, building up towards the actual storm itself, where all the dark clouds are sort of rolling in and swirling in the sky, and there's lots of rain and wind. Those weather effects were probably my favorite part to draw. It was super easy to collaborate with Gillian on this book. Gillian in particular is really easygoing. Usually she will send me a rough draft of the text. I actually type out what my visual ideas are and run them past her first, where I think, like, maybe in this scene, it'll be set up with a high angle shot and the characters will be in the foreground and there'll be something happening in the background. I just describe it verbally, and I will come back with character designs and very initial rough sketches for how I think the scene might be illustrated. And at that point, she'll give me some feedback on whether anything major needs to change, if I left out a character detail. And then from then on, I get to run with it, where the lighting and all of the mood is sort of up to me. And then when Gillian gets to see the pictures as they're finished or as they come to completion, she can give additional feedback. It's very easy back and forth. If a kid is interested in becoming an illustrator, I think the first and foremost thing is to just not stop drawing. Drawing all the time is the way you get better at drawing. And I think that that's really easy for a lot of people to do because drawing is super fun. The actual science of learning art is a thing that mankind has worked out generously over the last 2,000 years, where there are fundamentals you can actually learn, like human anatomy or perspective or how to draw environment. But I think really the most important thing is to just never stop drawing, because I think it helps you determine who you are as an artist, to just sort of drive forward.